Hello, Aloha Fridays. It's that time of week again. It's Friday. It's time to get our cocktail on. Best day of the week, in my opinion. Today's cocktail is it's kind of my concoction. It's based off of a couple other different cocktails. I call it a Pink Heffalump. I originally wanted to call it a strawberries and cream, but then I started to think about there's another cocktail known as a pink elephant. And I wanted to make a variation of the pink elephant, and I started looking what the different recipes for a pink elephant was. And like so many cocktails, like in fact most cocktails, there is no one recipe. And the pink elephant was so varied, so wide, I went, screw it, let's make our own concoction. So I'm doing something that, as I said, I wanted to start off by calling it berries and cream or strawberries and cream, and then it became Pink Heffalump. So obviously this is going to be another creamy drink, and this is a drink that kind of came about more or less by necessity. What I had purchased some strawberries. They sat in the refrigerator for a while. They were beginning to look a little bit manky. They weren't moldy, they were looking manky. And it's rather than throw them out, I decided I'm going to make this into a puree. So I don't know if I'm sure you know how to make a puree. You smash up the strawberries, you simmer them over some low heat with a little bit of sugar, and they end up coming up like puree. It kind of revitalizes the strawberry for a little bit additional use. So I made up some puree, and I figured, hey, this would be good for a cocktail. Now there's a couple different variants we can use for this drink, and I'm going to talk about them. The first one is, if you don't have puree, again, you can use strawberry preserves. It's easy enough to do it with strawberry preserves. You may need a little bit more, and keep in mind it's probably going to be a little bit sweeter if you use strawberry preserves, so we may not need to use a simple syrup or something to add that sweet in. So let's get this thing started. Now I have my glass here that I'm going to be using. I've already got it chilling down. So we're going to keep that chilling down. We're going to get out our handy dandy shaker. You know how I love that. And we're going to start off with our strawberry puree. This is really nice. Just really looks good. It's got a lot of texture to it. I'm going to put, there you go. We're going to put 2 nice scoops into it. And the one thing about this drink is it comes out a lot like an Italian cream soda, and that's what I really like about it. I love Italian cream sodas. So we get our puree in here, and then we're going to go with gin. Now, Pink Elephant uses vodka. I dislike vodka. Vodka is fine alcohol, except for it's a cheat alcohol. It really provides very little flavor to a cocktail. It's just alcohol for people who can't handle or don't know what to drink. So they go with this non-flavored alcohol that takes on the flavor of whatever you mix it with. Where's the fun in that? You want to use the flavor of the alcohol to complement the other ingredients. So we're starting off with 2 ounces of Bombay Sapphire gin. It's a dry gin, so whatever dry gin you have sitting at home. So we start off with 2 ounces of that. Now, you know I really do like drinks with cream in it. I think they're fun, they're thick, they're good. And again, when you're making them at home, especially to impress friends, it goes down well. So 2 ounces of heavy whipping cream. Now there is, for this particular drink, and generally in most drinks, you can get away with a substitute if you don't have whipping cream sitting around the house, and that would be using like a yogurt. So especially in this drink, a strawberry yogurt would be really nice to add in that thickness if you don't have cream sitting around, but we're going to keep it with strawberry yogurt. We're going to keep it with heavy whipping cream. Little bit of whole milk, about 1 ounce of whole milk is going to go in here. Maybe just a tad more. Of course, I make a mess. You may think that this sounds a lot like a a little bit like a bourbon milk punch, and it is. That's where I kind of took a lot of the inspiration for it. Now you also want to add in, as I said, this bit really depends on how sweet you want the cocktail. I want a little bit sweeter. I'm going to add in about a half an ounce of simple syrup. If you're using the preserves, you may not need to add in the simple syrup. And there we go. Now, this is one of those drinks that I could dry shake it to emulsify the preserves, but I mean the purees. But what we're going to use today is we are going to just do a regular shake with ice, because again, I am being lazy. That is the entire point of most of these videos. How to do these things at home, fast, easy, and still have them cool. So I'm just gonna go straight, rather than a dry shake, I'm gonna go straight to an iced shake. And that just means I'm gonna need to shake it a little bit longer than I probably would if but ultimately it probably all adds in to the same amount of time. So we're gonna do this nice shake. Again, we're trying to more or less whip up the cream, get it nice and frothy. Normally, I don't like to strain my cocktails. I'm actually going to strain this one. And the reason being is I don't want, and this is not crushed ice, by the way, this is whole ice, because we really don't want the water of the ice cubes adding into the cocktail itself. So that's why I'm going to strain it. I'm going to, in fact, this is chilled. I'm going to add a little bit more ice in here. There's my final ice. Take off the pressure. Nope. It's not wanting to. There we go. So again, I'm going to strain this. This is partially to get rid of the puree, or to get the fibrous portion of the puree out. And we're just going to strain it out onto fresh ice. And now, how to make it like a Italian cream soda. There we go. The last thing is we're gonna just touch it off with a bit of Sprite, 7-Up, any lemon lime type of soda. You can actually use mineral water if you want, if you don't want it as sweet. It's probably maybe the little bit better choice, but we're gonna go with just a little bit of, just enough. You're not mixing that in. You want to get that effervescence out of it. We're going to garnish it with a strawberry. Of course, a pink straw, a red straw goes with the theme. And a little bit of mint. There you go. We have our Pink Heffalump. Enjoy. I hope you like this one. I know I do. Cheers.